Hi everyone, I'm finally back with another video and I'm drinking something a little different today as I usually do. I'm going to use my little 80 ml Factory One white label pot today. A little bit of Hongni. Ignore that fire alarm, it's just regular testing in this building. And here's the surprise. Let me just clean this up a little bit first. Okay, so just making sure it's recording. Yeah, it is. Okay, good. All right, so what I'm drinking today is a handmade Rougui or cinnamon from Qilan. Now, this was purchased from a dealer who a friend of mine met in person up there, and I got in touch with him, and he sent me some samples since I told him I was in the tea biz, and some of his tea was excellent. My Bai Xiang on the website is through this dealer. Some of his other stuff wasn't quite as good. This one is quite high priced, um, but I didn't like it as much as the Bai Xiang, and I didn't purchase the specific tea. It's also pretty expensive, so maybe not everyone's cup of tea, so to speak. So let's give this a try. Smells good. Smells like Cadbury's milk chocolate. So let me just put it out in the picture so we can all see it. And then we'll get cracking. That's what it looks like. Nice dark leaves. And this is from 2017, I believe. Maybe a couple of years older, but around then. So, let's preheat the pot. And I'm using my carafe today because I don't want to have to get up and reboil. This will give me enough water for the session, I think. Okay. Let's preheat that pitcher. And how's everyone doing? I know it's been a little while. What are you guys drinking today? Or any day? Whatever day it is when you watch this video. Because it may not be the same day. It might well not be. I should have left some water in there, but never mind. Onwards we go. And this is likely to be too much leaf for this teapot, so I'm not going to use everything in here. But I will use a fair amount. And since this leaf is kind of broken, it will actually... Ooh, I can smell that. That smells amazing already, actually. So it does smell pretty good. I lost a nice long leaf there, but that's alright. It's fallen into the moat around my my little tea boat. That's alright. Let's put a little more in. And I'm going for around 60% fill since I like a nice strong infusion in order to be able to judge my tea correctly. Don't have my watch on today. That's alright. I can use the timer on screen. And maybe just a pinch more, and that will be it for this. There we go. It's about 60%, and I will reserve the rest for a later session, maybe a mug of tea, or I'll use a smaller teapot to polish this off, since I do have some very small teapots that are well suited to small amounts of yancha. Okay, let's close that up for later. And where can I put this? Let's just put it into the chaha. It's a little presentation vessel for later. Chahe or chaho, I'm not sure. Fruity, sweet, some grain notes, a little tiny bit of roast there. Let's give it a rinse. This carafe actually pours very well. Better than my kettle, even, not my teapot. Possibly better than my teapot since this is a vintage pot. Okay, that's enough of a rinse. Let's pour that off. And I don't drink rinses. I like to get that dust off there because, as Mittens would tell you, farms are dirty places, and stuff flies around. So you don't really want to be drinking agricultural dust. Oh, smells pretty good. It smells like Rougui wood. Oops, still got some water in there. Yeah, smells good. I'm tempted to try the rinse on this. I could reserve it in another vessel, but I haven't rinsed one, so we won't do that. I do have a beer mug over there that I used this morning. Not for beer, for water, but let's take a little sip. Almond. A bit of almond in the finish. Quite nice. Okay. Let's proceed. I'm not going to reserve that rinse. And we will go 45 seconds on this clock. So at 6:51 on my timer. Let's reserve that rinse until then. Until we get close. Nice Hoigan from that as well. Very nice actually, even from the rinse. But let's see what we get in a few minutes. Time to start getting prepared. It's almost time to pour. So onwards and forwards we go. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm talking a little low today. Okay, let's empty out the pitcher. Give the Bodhidharma a bit of a splash. And it's time. So I'm not pouring too fast either. Oh, I am losing some liqueur there. Since the pot will drip around the lid, so it lets you know when you're pouring too quick. You have to control your pour speed with these old pots. So I'll be more careful on the next infusion. Smells good. I can still smell the almond. Smells like smells kind of green. Smells like what's that stuff called? It's a greener yancha. It's not Qidan. Is it Qidan that I mean right now? Anyway, I'll come back to that. I can't remember right now. Let's drink this tea instead, and we'll figure that out later. So yeah, let me show you the liqueur before I get cracking. Nice and dark. Not too dark, but a good medium roast level. So yeah, there's almonds in the finish. Sweet aromatics. Not quite cinnamon. A little bit of bitterness, but not unpleasant at all. Quite balanced. Smells sweet from the cup as well. Yeah, definitely Rougui. Very nice, actually. Is it worth the price tag? No, I don't think it is. I would be selling this for over $1 a gram, or maybe around $1 a gram, and I don't think it's worth it for this specific tea. Wow, really nice calming effect. So it's definitely good stuff. It's just not worth the asking price, if you ask me. You could do a lot better for that price. Which is why I never bought this, but it is very nice. And I've had this sitting for well over a year. Very pleasant though. Bit on the green side for me. I like my stuff a little roastier, but I can definitely appreciate this too. Just green yancha has a certain character to it that ooh, some hongcha here as well. Assam or Ceylon black tea. Yeah, a fair bit of bitterness. but balanced. Not getting any mineral, but it's not very roasty either, so that makes it harder to pick out mineral for me. The hongcha note is unexpected though. I didn't expect that at all. Okay, pretty nice. Let's do another infusion. Yeah, really a lot like yancha. I mean, like, sorry, like hongcha, which I didn't expect. Let's go 30 seconds this time. Good stuff. Not amazing, but definitely a decent Rougui. With interesting hongcha character, which I didn't expect going into this. I don't recall that from last time, so perhaps it's changed a little since it's been in storage. Okay, that's 4. Yeah, not too quick. I'm losing a little liqueur around the lid there. So that's the inbuilt factory one warning system there on these old shoipin. And yeah, this is a really good size for a yancha at 80 ml. 140 is a bit too big for one person. This is a good size for 2 people, really. So I'm doing things right today. Drinking some good tea, got my carafe, and I am in airplane mode, so I don't have to worry about calls for the next 20 minutes or so, however long it takes me to get through this session. Okay. Still nice and dark. Amber, kind of hongcha looking. Still getting notes I associate with a different cultivar of yancha. On the sweeter, on the greener side of things for me. I like more intensity of flavor. Like, you know, you get that with roast. Roast yancha punches harder, and you get a depth of flavor, which is more my thing. This still has some green character to it, and I'm just not. While I can appreciate it, this stuff may be a little bit past its peak. Stuff that isn't roasted as highly tends not to age as well. It does depend on the material, though. Almond there in the finish, which is pleasant. So yeah, pretty good tea, but not worth the asking price. Definitely not. But here I am drinking it anyway, since I do have the samples. I am going to drink them. They're not bad by any means. They're just not exceptional. And I didn't pay for them, so I can't really complain. Not bad at all. Just not exceptional. I'd pay maybe a third of what they're asking for this, if that. Not even that, because I've got some really good tea from a different supplier at Rougui shop. This particular vendor says his family are farmers. Not directly, but he does live in Wuishan and he does sell Wuisha, so it could be true. Who knows? But I'm always skeptical about claims like that. Yep, hongcha and almond in the finish. Still got that characteristic lighter roast aroma going on, like flavor. There's a certain character to this that reminds me of lighter roast yancha, which is nice too. I remember the first time I had one of these, I actually really enjoyed it, and it was fresh too. Like, this kind of stuff tends to drop off, and that's always a shame because there's so much going on when it's young, and you need to re-roast it to really get the shine. But even now, it's still got lots going on. I totally forgot about timing this infusion, so we'll go another 30 seconds or so. No worries. Very calming, excellent in that manner. Like, It just is excellent tea that way. I'm stumbling over my words a little now. Definitely good stuff. Maybe it would have been better younger. Is it really from the Waterfall or whatever area in the Wuishan National Reserve or scenic area? Yeah, it's a scenic area. No, I really doubt that. But perhaps the original cutting was taken from that area decades ago or whatever. But either way, I'm not looking at it in that way. I'm looking at it as tea, as a Rougui, to see what I get from it. As any other yancha, I don't worry about labels too much. In fact, I'm very averse to the whole Zhengyan label thing, or given names for areas within the scenic area, like this one. The Waterfall Rougui? Yeah, right. Maybe a waterfall somewhere in Anchi. No, I'm kidding, but it. I don't worry about the names. I just judge yancha based on quality because that's what matters in the end. I don't need a trumped up name to make me want to drink something. I drink it if it's good. So yeah, I'm still getting that green yancha character. I can't remember what that cultivar is called offhand. It's a greener one that's often consumed green. That reminds me of Dachong or Baozhong because of the lower roast level. So that's kind of what we have going on here. It's kind of Baozhongi, Danchongi because of the lower roast level. But it is good stuff. Just doesn't meet my standards. Maybe if I re-roasted it, or if I tried it young. But right now, certainly enjoyable, but not outstanding. And it is catching on the throat a little bit, without being irritating. So perhaps this is what they mean by fish bones. It's a stringency of sorts. Versus actual irritation, which could be from petrochemicals. This is just a very light astringency, and I'm pretty sure it is the astringency because I can feel it in my mouth as well. The top of my tongue, sides of my mouth, it's astringency. So let's give this a little heat boost. Yeah, this is a good way to brew using the carafe. I should use this more often. And now that it's starting to cool down, it has cooled down rather significantly. I can venture outside for some of my sessions. And there's a lovely, I live in a pretty nice area on the outskirts of town, so there's lots of open space outside to drink tea in. So that's something I definitely want to do at some point. Get out in the sunshine, get my vitamin D, or vitamin D if you prefer. Get my vitamin D and have a little yancha session, yeah? So that's something I could consider for later, but not today. Right now, I just want to get through this session. I don't have my brush, so I can't brush my pot off. But I will move the water around a little bit on the lid. And again, I'm not timing this time. I'm just kind of letting it go. And you know what? Let's go with feel. Because while this tea is good, it isn't stellar to me. I need more character there, more aroma, and more complexity. This is good, but light sweet cinnamon, almonds, and hongcha just aren't enough for me. I need more. I need more from my tea. And it's not because it's light roast. Although I am enjoying this hongcha character quite a bit. Because I'm not used to finding that in yancha. So it's not unwelcome. Okay. So this might go on for quite a bit. Nice looking leaves, actually. Yeah, on the greener side. For me, anyway. For other people, this could be considered a high roast even. Not to me, because I grew up drinking. I didn't grow up, but my tea drinking career has involved a lot of high roast oolong. So that's the kind of stuff that I'm most comfortable with, maybe, and it's comforting for me to drink too. And it's kind of my standard for a high roast. This isn't high roast to me at all. This is a very modern roast level, which isn't bad. Yeah, there's a nice floral character going on, which because of the lighter roast, which reminds me of that other cultivar. Why am I drawing a blank? I know what that other tea is. I have some in my room. There are too many cultivars out there. Nice cool way. Nice sweetness that develops after the swallow. But quite astringent. Maybe because I'm not using cooler water over time. I'm just using the same boiling water. So yeah, I'm gonna use this carafe a lot more for videos, just because it keeps the water nice and hot. It's like a little penguin. Hello, I'm Jay's carafe. Yeah, maybe this is the magic with this yancha, this Waterfall Rougui. Maybe the magic is that it makes me talk to my carafe. I don't know. Pretty good. Making me sweat, as many teas do. Just the hot water, the heat, and the caffeine. Yep, sweet cinnamon. It's got a bit of that character, floral character from the lower roast level. Quite astringent. This time I won't keep the heat up. We'll just let it go without me pouring over it, and see how we do. Since that should make for a slightly cooler charge temperature, as Mort would say. I don't know if Mort's going to see this, but if he does, referring back to your coffee roasting there. The initial temperature spikes a bit when you pour hot water over the pot, so you have a sustained bit of heat in the beginning before it starts to cool off. So it's kind of analogous to your charge temperature thing with coffee roasting, in a sense. Yeah, definitely quite astringent. Not excessively so. It's balanced, but there is astringency and bitterness here. And I wonder how much that is, related to roast level. Maybe if it was higher roasted, it wouldn't be as astringent and bitter. But I'm not about to roast 10 or 15 gram bag of yancha and then rest it for 6 months to find out. It's not worth my time with the sample, so we're just gonna have to drink it. Drink through it beautifully, and then move on to other things. But yeah, very nice calming effect, and it's smooth, it's clean, just a bit more astringent and bitter than I'd like, not excessively so, and not as complex as I'd like, but good stuff regardless. I think I may be used to roast as well. Like I need a bit of a punch in my yancha. Although I'd be happy to drink this if it was more aromatic. I keep going back to that. I do drink lighter roast stuff and I can appreciate it, but it has to be the good stuff. And I think if it's lighter roasted, quality becomes much more apparent. Like you can tell whether you have good stuff or not much easier. You still can with high roast, of course. Some stuff stands out and some doesn't. But I think it's much easier to be able to discern quality at a medium roast level like this, for me. I know what stands out and what doesn't. I can with high roast, of course, as well, but perhaps it's just a bit easier, since there's more overall character. There's more I can pick out. There's more I can... Yeah. There's more to work with. Perhaps there's a higher number of aromatics, or just yeah, that could be it. The profile is just wider or taller, depending on how you graph. So a bit light this time. I can smell hongcha coming from the pitcher. And very calming as well. So let's give this another infusion while I drink the other infusion. So we're not wasting time. Ooh, that pot's hot. And let's charge it up too. There we go. Tea boat's now full of liquid. So no more pouring water onto the teapot. Good thing I had the dehumidifier going today, since I'm steaming up my home. And this should be the last infusion with this tea, I think. Let's see what we have. Yeah, more of the same basically, just weaker. Not unpleasant at all. Quite aromatic still, but just not as much complexity as I'd like. I can actually smell the aroma clearly from a distance. So someone was saying they could smell their soy xian earlier. You definitely can with this kind of stuff. With good yancha, you will smell it from a distance. Good stuff. Perhaps a cooler temperature might have worked better for this tea. Maybe I'll try that next time. Try going with 95 versus full boil and see what I get. And that green floral character persists from across the infusions. So it is pleasant, the aroma. No flaws, except for being a little bit too astringent. But no, I won't be buying this. Definitely not. It's probably too late anyway. It's probably all gone. Although I wouldn't know until I contacted the supplier. Interestingly, the one tea that I tried and bought almost immediately was the best. So that kind of worked out in his favor and mine. I didn't have to waste time trying through everything. The Bai Wei Sham from him is excellent, really, really excellent, and cheaper than this. So, not sure how that works out, but yeah. Sometimes with yancha, the most expensive stuff may not necessarily be my cup of tea. It may not be what I'm interested in. It entirely depends on what I think is worthy, and while this stuff is good, again, I wouldn't pay this price for it. It's too expensive for what it is to me. And I'm actually really getting pretty tea drunk off this. It's actually really, really chilling me out. So that is nice. That's a nice bonus with this stuff. It's got excellent energy to it, excellent calming energy. Really not a bad morning session, although it kind of makes me want to crawl back to bed, which I can't do right now. I've got too much to do. Okay. That should about do it. And yeah, I would say we're about done now. It's getting kind of light. Smell hongcha again, coming out of the pitcher. Alright, we're all done with this particular tea. Not a bad morning session. Especially since it was a free sample. But nice sweetness lingering in the back of the throat. So yeah, now I wonder if that fishbone character that you're supposed to get from Yancha may just be astringency. I don't know. I have to drink more Yancha. I've had a few hundred maybe, but that's a drop in the bucket as far as Yancha goes. There's lots of stuff out there. Yeah. Still very flavorful. The leaves are pretty. Don't know if you can see that very clearly, but yeah, nice green leaves. Let's pluck one out. Why not? Let's see. I saw someone arrest their lid there on a video. Looks cool, but it's a little too precarious for me. I won't be doing that. Let's take this leaf. Well, I didn't want to take it apart. I was going to say take it apart, and it actually is kind of falling apart as I pull it apart. But yeah, pretty nice leaf. You can see the roast on there. Still lots of aroma, floral character to it. So maybe I will push this one more infusion and just leave it and come back to it later. I'm not going to pour water over it because my tea boat's going to overflow. Okay, last cup. Still has that distinctive floral character to it. Hongcha. The hongcha is definitely new. I definitely don't recall that. That's good hongcha too. Maybe Zhengyan xiaoxiao. Has that distinctive bittersweetness going on too. So pretty good. Okay, that's it for me for today. I might have another session later. I don't think I'll do it on video. I might. Let's see how I feel. But hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you have a great tea day, whatever it is you're drinking. Thanks for watching.